Some of the most common materials used in architecture are concrete, wood, steel, plastic, stone, textiles, glass, and brick. All of these materials can be easily set up in the new Lumion using a PBR material workflow. What's up guys, I'm Nuno Silva, and in this video I'll cover where you can get PBR materials, both free and paid, how to set up materials inside Lumion, and the best way to save those PBR materials to use them in new projects. Let's get started. PBR materials, or physically based rendering materials, are special kinds of textures used in 3D model and animation to make objects look realistic. They work by mimicking how light interacts with different surfaces in the real world. PBR materials can show detailed surface characteristics like roughness, metallic nature, or whether a surface is smooth or bumpy. For example, a wooden surface would scatter light differently than a metal surface. We are going to start downloading PBR materials and applying them inside the interior scene in Lumion. Lumion has a resources section on its community website, which provides a lot of useful information. You can find here a section only with links to PBR materials and textures websites. From this list, the sites I'm using the most are Polygon, Quixel, Textures.com, and also there's a completely free option called AmbientCG.com. Each texture includes a collection of images called maps. These maps play a crucial role in the 3D render process, guiding the renderer how to handle light interaction with the surface. So let's start with Polygon. For the sake of this tutorial, I will start with free options. Let's hover on Textures, then select Free. Scroll down and you will find this one called Ash Wood Flooring. On the right side, we will select 4K resolution, and on the selected maps, I will select Diffuse, Displacement, Gloss, Reflection, and Normals. One important thing to note is that the texture size is 2.7 meters, as you can see here. Lumion map scale is in meters, so we will add the same to the material properties. Inside Lumion, select the material editor and click on the floor to set up this material. Now click on the new tab and then select this icon named Standard. You will be able to configure several options and load the texture maps. On the texture, load the diffuse map. Next, we have the map scale. As I mentioned before, the Lumion map scale is in meters, and since we saw this texture is 2.7 meters, we will type here the same value. Then on the relief, we need to load the normal map. Just pay attention here because sites like Polygon or Quixel use OpenGL and Lumion uses DirectX. So this means that you need to invert the green channel of the normal map, or else you will have incorrect lighting on your texture map. But Lumion made this quite easy. You just need to click these 3 vertical dots next to the normal map and then click Flip Green Channel. That's it, your texture is now working correctly inside Lumion. Next, we have the roughness map. In this case, we just have a texture called Gloss. Well, a gloss map is the same as the roughness map, it's only inverted from one another. Again, to invert this map inside Lumion, you just need to click the 3 vertical dots next to the map and click Inverse Map. I leave the slider at 100%. The next map is called Reflectivity, which is the reflection map we downloaded from Polygon. Just load it here, and if I have a map available, I usually leave this at 100%. And finally, if you click this Show More button, on the first tab you will find the Displacement map. This map will create some depth on the texture with the help of the normal map. Just load it and then add it slightly until you don't see much distortion. And this is how it looks. You can see that without much effort, we have a very nice wood floor. Another interesting thing you can do is to change the material color. Let's try to make this wood a bit warmer and darker. First, click on the photo mode on the left sidebar. Then, click on this icon on the top that says Build with Effects. This will allow you to set up the material while seeing it in almost the final render result. On the color, I will set the color to orange, and then I will decrease the slider to about 70%. And this is the final result. As you can see, you can make these fine adjustments directly inside Lumion. You don't need to go to search for other texture just because the color is not just right. Another thing I usually add is a little bit of imperfections. You can quickly do this by going to the weathering tab. Now, on the wood option, just increase a little bit the slider. Have a look at the before and after the weathering. And if you want to give it even better realism and create a floor like this one, comment below wood floor tutorial and I will create a new tutorial on how you can do it yourself while using only one single wood texture with that much variation. Another important material type is the translucent materials. These are for objects like curtains, lampshades, vegetation and other sophisticated materials like marble, for example. Let's start with the curtain material. Lumion has a big selection of fabric materials you can pick. All you have to do is go to the material library and select fabrics. Here you have a section dedicated to curtains with lots of variety to choose from. Select the second one from the list and double-click to edit the material. The options we want to pay special attention to are the opacity and subsurface scattering. The last one will allow light to pass through the object. Let's make the opacity 100% and the subsurface scattering at 0. And this is how it looks. We have a completely opaque curtain. Now, increasing the subsurface scattering to 30% with a gray color, you can see how the material changes. We can see light passing through the curtain. Lastly, we can make the opacity at 90% to be able to have some see-through effect on the curtain. And there's another interesting feature Lumion added in version 24. If the curtain has a color, this color will influence the room, filling the room with the color you set. And as always, if you want to take your Lumion skills to the next level, I invite you to check out my new Lumion Render course. The link will be in the top right corner and in the description below. Another useful thing you can do with this material is to create a lampshade effect. All you have to do is set up the light inside the lampshade and then on the subsurface property, increase it to about 30%. And don't forget to add a slightly warm yellow color. As you can see in this before and after, it makes a big difference having this effect in place for realism. Now, in Lumion, you can find several types of materials for glass. Let's start with the most common that I always use for flat surfaces, such as glass windows. In the materials, select glass and then interior glass. Select the first one. This is how it looks by default, but if you want to create a little bit more realism, you can increase the relief map and then increase the map scale. Now you can see a slightly waviness on the glass, which is very typical for glass surfaces. The distortion property is where you set how much that will be affected in the glass. If we make it up, you can see the difference between 0 and 100%. There's also a property for color, which now allows not only to change the color of the glass, but also to cast colored shadows from the glass. So let's set this window to a bright red. You can see how it's not only casting a red shadow, but also painting the room interior with that color. Another important thing to mention about the glass material is the rain streaks. You can find this slider called Forced Rain Streaks. And to make this effect visible, you also need to add a precipitation effect in video mode. Here, just increase the value of the rain streaks, add a simple animation, and you will be able to see this beautiful effect when rendering the animation. And did you know that Lumion 24 Pro is completely free for students across the world? You can request a license directly from the Lumion website or your local Lumion partner. I will leave the links below for you to check them out. Now, the fully ray traced glass material, it's an advanced material that you can use for more complex shapes. Here I have a scene with some glass jars. Let's simply give them a glass material. Now, if you render it, you will see that it looks okay, but it could be better. This is because the fully ray traced glass material is not yet activated. To activate this glass, you need to go to the ray tracing effect, click the Show More button, and then activate the fully ray traced glass. Now, rendering a preview again, you can see a big difference. One note though, at the time I'm recording this video, you should always make the glass double-sided and the emulated thickness to 0. This is the way I'm seeing the best results. Another option we find here is the absorption. This allows us to create some interesting effects. For example, if I set this to orange and then increase the slider, you can see how different the glass looks in this before and after. One of the great features Lumion 24 brought was the landscape tiling. This will remove any noticeable repetition from your textures. Let's add a grass material here. You can see the texture pattern. To fix this, all you have to do is go to the material editor and then UV coordinates. Here you will find a new option called Enable Landscape Tiling. Just activate it and that's all you need to do. Now there's no more repetition, but this is not only for landscape materials. You can use this with any material you like. Let's load a concrete material and now you see we have the same option under the UV coordinates. You just need to activate it and the texture repetition is gone. This fixes the repetition of textures quickly and easily. The materials of an imported model can be saved as a material set file, either for backup purposes or because you want to transfer all or some of the materials to another imported model. To make sure the materials are transferred to the right surfaces, Lumion uses the imported material names from your 3D or CAD software to find matches. Now, let's just quickly set new materials, and when you are done, with the material editor still open, you can see in the top right corner two icons, one for the load material set and another for save material set. So let's save this material set and give it a name. Now, let's change all the materials to something completely different. Now that we have done that, we can save these new materials as a new material set with a new name. And now, every time you need to switch back and forth from the material sets you set, you just need to click Load, select the one you want, and this window pops up on the top left corner. In my case, I'll leave all and just press OK. And we are back with the previous material we had set before. Quite handy, right? It would be nice to show you more types of materials, but this video is already too long. Feel free to comment below if you'd like a second part. You can also check this video, which will help you find the best sites to get PBR materials. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to give it a like, and I'll see you in the next one.